fellow Starfinders. My name is Baylor Corva, and I'm a researcher at the Starfinder Society. This datalog contains information about the group known as the Hellknights. The Hellknights are an ancient order of knights that are concerned with only spreading order throughout the galaxy, at any cost. Like I said, the Hellknights are an extremely old order that can trace its roots back to Old Galarian. Like most pre-Gap history, we don't have a lot of reliable information, but what we do know is that they did start out on Galarion, and that they were founded by a man named ruuules. Dadian founded the Hellknights after his son was forced to commit suicide by a cult as part of one of their rituals. This ritual had the effect of sending his son's soul straight to hell. Because of this, Dadian studied hell in an attempt to free his son's soul, and at some point in his studies, he started to admire the structure and the fixation of order in hell. Sources don't agree on exactly why this happened. Personally, I don't get this at all. It'd be like if you're trying to get revenge for the mob killing one of your family members, and then mid-rampage you go,
Spaghetti!
The goals of the Hellknights is to put an end to chaos in the galaxy, no matter the cost. As a whole, the Hellknights don't really care how order is established, only that it is. To the Hellknights, it doesn't matter if a planet is ruled by a caring monarch or a brutal corporation. The only thing that matters is that order rules the day. To this end, the Hellknights travel the galaxy in 7 massive citadel-sized ships, each one representing a different Hellknight order. So between hearing all this and the fact that they look like something out of an edgy teen's DeviantArt account, you may be tempted to think that each and every Hellknight is a bloodthirsty psychopath. And while you're not 100% wrong, that's also profiling, and the infosphere will get really mad at you for that. So while your typical Hellknight will try to get a mob to comply without bloodshed, they probably won't really hesitate to do so either. Basically, if you were to look at the alignment of a Hellknight, it would always be lawful something. The Hellknights are broken up into 7 different orders, and as stated before, each order has its own gigantic citadel ship. However, calling these citadels ships is really an injustice. In reality, they are more like drift-capable space stations. But honestly, if the Hellknights want to call them ships, I'll call them ships. I tried to correct them on this before, and it didn't go well.
Hey man, so yeah, like I said, I honestly don't care what you say. They're super big, I'm still gonna call them fortresses. Yeah, you know, I think I am gonna call them that, because honestly, what are you gonna do about it? What do you mean, something like what? Oh, that, okay, well you know what, I apologize, that is definitely a starship, not a fortress. Sorry.
Each Hellknight order is led by a lictor. Beneath them you have a master, or a mistress, of blades. The Master of Blades fills the role of a field commander. Parvakars hold a similar status as the Master of Blades, but are in charge of more religious and arcane matters. Under them you have your paralictors, who are your officers, and signifiers, who are your spellcasters. Below them you have your standard Hellknights, who are the average of the Hellknights. And at the very bottom, you have your armigers, who consist of raw recruits who will one day rise to the rank of Hellknights after killing a demon in single combat. However, not everyone connected to the Hellknights wears head-to-toe spikes. As the old saying goes, for every 1 soldier in the field, there are 6 others behind the scenes. To this end, the Hellknight-owned Infernix Inc. supplies the Hellknights with any equipment or ships that they might need. Infernix Inc. owns a large shipyard next to the sun. And according to rumors, Infernix Inc. has a direct connection to hell itself, and that they use enslaved devils to not only produce goods that mortals would struggle to make, but also to cut down on costs as well, at least as far as credits are concerned. I don't know what they had to do to get their hands on that demonic workforce, but I bet they didn't pay with. As I have stated before, the general aesthetic of the Hellknights is dark and imposing, and while many people out of earshot or behind a computer screen call them edgelords, those same people usually change their tune once a Hellknight is in stabbing distance or one of their ships flies overhead. Because of their imposing gear and reputation, many a group of rowdy rascals have suddenly started to use phrases like ma'am or sir when a Hellknight shows up on their ship's comm screen. And while one could argue that this is only done out of fear, it has undoubtedly prevented bloodshed and kept at least a temporary order. So besides spooky looking ships like the
Infernix Intermedius
or Hellknight plate armor, which will definitely put someone's eye out, they also make items like the Drift Shadow Projector. This is a device that lowers the drift engine rating of nearby starships, and can possibly prevent ships from entering or exiting the drift, which comes in handy if you're trying to prevent ne'er-do-wells from fleeing. Another piece of technology that the Hellknights make is the Apprehending weapon fusion. This fusion allows you to easily trip your foes by magically growing temporary iron spikes from your weapon. While being an effective way to capture your foe, I'm legally required to inform you that this fusion does violate OSHA guidelines. Thankfully, there are no major Hellknight crusades on record. There may have been some during or before the gap, but if this is the case, such records have been lost. However, some scholars believe that there may have been more recent and more brutal crusades, where either the surviving population has been intimidated into silence, or possibly that afterwards there is no population left to speak out against the Hellknights. However, until such rumors can be verified, I won't go into them. But what I can verify is that as of the time of this recording, the Hellknights have stepped up their efforts in trying to bring order to the Dysphoria, and frequently engage with the Free Captains. In fact, one of the better known Free Captains, Cirrus Hightower, originally enlisted in the Hellknights before washing out. Ironically, it has been reported that Cirrus has used her Hellknight training and knowledge of their tactics to best them on more than one occasion. In conclusion, the Hellknights are a brutal and callous group, but also surprisingly more nuanced than they first appear. While they do more than deserve the negative aspects of their reputation, they also do some good as well. For example, the Hellknights did have a hand in defending the Galarian system during the initial onslaught of the Swarm, and the Silent War with the Vesperium. Granted, this is most likely done primarily to stop the chaos that comes with these sorts of system-wide conflicts, but help is help. They also do seek out and destroy criminal organizations, pirates, and groups like the Cult of the Devourer. And while I do try and stay as objective as I can in these data log entries, I will say that every time I hear about a pirate vessel being destroyed, a Don finally being sent to jail, or a Devourer cult being put down for heresy by the Church of Illimead or the Hellknights, it does put some pep in my step. And speaking of the Church of Illimead, they and the Hellknights have been known to team up on more than one occasion, and while the two groups are not on friendly terms, the fact that the Church does work with the Hellknights does speak volumes. So ends this data log on the Hellknights. In the review section down below, please share your experiences about the Hellknights, or feel free to make any corrections to anything in this article. And remember,